Welcome everyone to the Regina Queen Show. I am happy to have here with us Queen Unity Movement, a passionate advocate who advocate for the homelessness in the city of Compton. The Compton Queen is here to share her story and her passion of what she do for humanity. Thank you so much, Queen Unity, for being here with me on the Regina Queen Show to share your beautiful story. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for what you do and thank you for being here. And yeah, so let's talk about um what can you share what inspired you to become a homelessness advocate?
Most definitely. So years ago, I actually was homeless myself
Mm,
due to an unfortunate situation. I had no way of knowing how to get housed, how to even get into a shelter or anything. So along that journey, I learned that there's levels to homelessness. And if you want to get in faster, you have to be on drugs or alcohol or addicted or willing to go into a program, which I was none of those. So I had to navigate through this homelessness for 4 years, sleeping in my vehicle, just going from hotel to motel to sleeping on couches. And so along that journey, I decided once I did find out the information I need to help myself, that I would go back and help other people that I basically met along the way that were having the same difficulties that I was having. I ended up going to mental health for high anxiety, and that's when I started to find resources through mental health. Although I didn't want to take any medicine, I was taking therapy. Um, then later, I was rescued by HOP, and I stayed in the shelter for a year. I worked. I gave them all my money basically, and one day I got the call, and I was so excited. I ran from where I was to the place, the address that they gave me. And when I was when I got there, I found out that I didn't have to pay anything to move in, and that was a blessing because I had saved over like $2,000. Once I got into my apartment, I started to go back to people I saw along the way, people I met, girls that I saw sleeping in their car with their children, and it just became an addiction, honestly. Just addicted to finding resources to help other people get where I was, which was basically in. And that's how Beds Not Sidewalk became a motto for myself, basically from an organization, because I took a course to be an
Queen,
advocate.
excuse me, Queen. Yeah, I don't mean to
Yeah.
cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off, but can you kind of like speak a little louder because something
Okay.
is the technical with the sound, the audio.
Audio. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So once I started going back helping other people and giving them the resources and hope, it just became an everyday job almost.
Mm.
Um, there were so many girls that I met along that way, and I was trying to find each and every one of them. And then I just started seeing people on bus stops. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna help these people. Um, then I started seeing other nonprofit organizations. Toy on the Move was the first organization that I saw that I thought if she can do that, I can do that.
Yeah.
So I came to Facebook, And at the time, it was so negative. I was like, "Oh my God, this is not good." So I immediately came in with the idea with trying to make change with women, the way we think, how we can come together and evolve and get away from the stigma that I saw when I first got to safety. And that's how Clean Unity Movement became about. And so I
Mm.
started filming everything that I was doing in my community, and it became bigger than what I ever thought it could be. I remember getting these donations of all these purses, and I was thinking, what am I going to do with all these purses? And then it came to me, I'll just give them out to the girls on Figueroa. And we put hygiene, pads, toothbrushes, toothpaste, condoms, and like they were like the most extravagant purses we could find. And I never thought that from that I would get phone calls, late at night to this day. So my journey went from helping homeless people, rescuing women and children off of bus stops and street corners, to rescuing women from human trafficking.
Mm.
And the movement is about bringing women together and uniting. So I had to keep in mind that the movement is not just going to be about homeless people, and it's not going to always be about people that can't eat. It's going to be bigger than that, because a lot more people that are homeless are women and children,
Mhm.
young adults, and
Most
the elderly.
definitely.
The elderly. So you start to see this mountain of people that need help,
Mm.
but the resources are far and few. So my mission is different than everybody else's mission that's
Mm.
giving out toys, giving out food 3 months out of a year, giving out 1,000 turkeys. Those things are nice, but they go away. And the problems that we have in our community still exist. So we don't have units out here rescuing people like we should.
Mm. That's horrible.
So yeah, it's horrible. Um, it's disheartening when everything is evolved around tourism. Everything now that you see off to one. You're like this. Everything is all the bucks are being passed to one, which is a database with organizations that not are open 24 hours. They can't help a young girl that's scared to call the police and needs to be rescued right away. And so it's like a failing system that we have going.
Mm.
And the large corporations get all the grants, right? And they use them for splash training, which means I'll use, for example, Salvation Army. They have a large facility in Hollywood. They house about 15 people, right?
Right.
They get about $15 million. But they feed people every day and they send them out to the street. Okay? So these organizations, they do the minimum, while the small organizations in the community, the journalists, the nonprofit organizations, the podcast. We have to rely on those resources in our community or our community change. Because the city's not going to do it. They're not capable.
Mm.
They're not capable. They're capable as far as funding, but as far as the vision to really help people, no. They want the city to be cleaned up for their living. They want to make the streets all pretty now, make the freeways look magnificent. We got big
Yeah.
screen televisions in the middle of the city of Inglewood,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't have a place for babies. I got so many babies that I didn't have to keep in my mobile home. People I don't know. It's dangerous, but what can I do? Tell a mother, no, I can't get 211 is not going to help people that are in need, right? So I have to be that 24-hour, pretty much organization that girls can call at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I have to be that person that drives up and down the street looking for people on the ground, laying there, helpless. Maybe just need a peanut butter and jelly, maybe a water. But let a dog get hit by a car. 20 people will stop, right?
Right.
But a human, people will walk past, not even care. We're supposed to be there for 3 or 4 days. So we got to do better as a unit to
Unity.
find ways to really end homelessness together. I tried to give them a plan that I have, but they cut my mic off. And what I wanted to tell them is that if you guys don't keep account of these people, there's no way to end it. So it's going to take a team of people, an effort. Because they taking homeless people out in the street and put them in apartments and they still living like they home. They still bringing trash to their apartments, still hanging out at the store, begging for change. That's not helping. So you got to give people social workers. You got to give them a program. That's what I do for the people I work with. It's a whole. I got so many people that I have to help every day and guide them through this system that's broken. Because resources is better than money, but where are the resources?
Right.
And so
Right.
that's what keeps me going. I'm gonna go.
Yes.
The G is for God. The O is for oh God. So I built a system for myself to get up early in the morning, 4:44, do my meditation, get as many as resources I can find. Think about all the people I saw yesterday that I can go help today. And then still get kids to school and get myself ready for a regular work job. And think about all the people that's out here that need me. But I gotta work to support my organization. I don't get grants and I don't have these big millions of dollars that I could go out and build a place for me. Not CPS, not foster care, definitely not them. I got so many girls that are rescued from foster care. I'm keeping a documentation of the failed system for these young girls. It's horrific. The hardest part is rescuing girls and having no place for them to go. Over and over and so how am I gonna take these girls off the street and say, stop selling your body. You're worthy. You can do it. You're gonna make a change in your life. And then send them out there with nothing. It's crazy. To a broken
Yeah,
system, to broken parents, to broken community. It's just
it's a broken
so
community. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Queen, for sharing your story and what led you to become a homelessness crisis advocate.
yes.
And yeah, and you know what? It's I see the work that you have been doing, that you have been putting out in your community, and you do it with such a passion. And I'll always say we need people like this in our communities. Like you said, the system is broken, and I can see you did your homework because you see what they're doing. You know, with certain, the city, the
Yes.
system is doing with money to help the homelessness. Like you said, they bring resources in, they bring money in, but they just feed them and then send them right back out there. And
Right.
then you hear people saying, well, a lot of these people choose to be homeless. And my thing, when it comes to being judged, people judging people who are homeless,
Mhm.
okay, a person may choose to be homeless, but whatever they choose, they still need help. They still need a bed
Right.
to sleep in.
See,
Like you
this is the
said,
thing that some people don't want to be homeless because they gave up hope.
gave up
So you
exactly.
out here 10 years homeless, you're now in survival mode. You're not thinking about paying rent. So that's the reason why we have to give people hope. See, we got
Right,
to be hope different.
right,
It's not enough people giving hope.
right,
We got churches up and down the streets in Los Angeles. Open up on Sundays. Everybody dressed up, look nice. Get up, drive away. You don't see them again until next Sunday. Some
right,
churches.
right. And
So we
Queen
got to
Unity,
collectively come together because it's going to take a village.
it's gonna, yeah. I would like to ask you, have you seen families, homeless families there, like women and children, mother and children with their family out on the street, sleeping,
Oh, yeah.
sidewalks
Every day.
and mattresses on the ground. Have you seen that?
Yes.
And I
There's so
know it's
many places
heartbreaking.
that I don't film those places because I don't trust the city. I don't want people's children to get taken. I do a lot of footwork. A lot of people call me for stuff that they should call the police for. But they know that I'm going to do my due diligence to make sure it's done right. But the girls got to be safe. I just rescued a girl out of a U-Haul truck. I don't ever want to do that again. I don't want to see somebody's teenage child in a U-Haul with a grown man
Yeah,
on a date.
I
That's not
saw that.
even, it's like we got to know our worth. And don't put yourself in positions where you don't get with somebody behind a closed door that you don't know. Because you may not never see the outside of that door. People are very crafty. People work together at these type of things. Women and men, young people,
Mhm.
uh, lure other people into these type of situations that they can get themselves out of. So I tell these young girls that do have home, please stay at home. I don't want to risk.
Yes.
I don't want to send no more girls home in the Uber. I don't have to talk to parents or why they child don't want to wash dishes. Come on now, you better wash some dishes, mop the floor, do whatever you gotta do. Because one of these predators out here get you. You may not get loose.
May not make it back home.
May not make it back home. This young girl, so fortunate that she had my phone number, number one, and number two, that she was able to communicate with me how to get out and how to get away. I'm an expert at that. You got to make better choices. Okay.
Exactly.
Do your homework. Learn people.
Yes.
It takes a long time to learn.
It really does.
For 5 and 6 years.
Yeah.
I'm still learning things about it.
Right. And that's what I feel too. I feel that like it's good to study human science. I think that's a good subject there. And
no, you're right.
Yeah.
We gotta know our rights. A lot of people, people are violating our rights, and we just let them. That's why they have the courthouse. Sue people. I'm about to go sue the city of Compton tomorrow, just to make a point. Because you can't harass people, use intimidation, make people feel bad, and think that it's okay. It's not okay. And so when people violate your rights, sue them. You can do it yourself. I'm gonna show people how to do it tomorrow. You don't need a lawyer. Go to right to the courthouse and file claims against people who violate your rights, especially the police, teachers, whoever would violate your rights. Our rights are being violated so much now that women are not even protected anymore. Barely. We're barely protected. The men that are supposed to be protecting us are turning on us and trying to use intimidation instead of love. And so we need to rethink. We have daughters, cousins, sisters, nieces out here. They need protection. Every day, girls are coming to me because they're not being educated on walking the streets, learning about their surroundings, being friends with people you shouldn't be friends. So we just got to do better, men and women, but especially our men. We need y'all. Okay? Protect your nieces, your cousins, sisters. Don't fight them. Protect them.
And the majority of these young girls who are out here in the street prostituting and on drugs, and most of these young girls don't have a father figure in their lives, and they look
most of them, it's generational.
Generational.
A lot of the girls' mothers are former prostitutes. The grandmothers, and they come from broken families where the men are prepping women. It's a generational curse that needs to 10 and 12, 13-year-old girls do not need to be out here selling their body for food supplies. But that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And I had to try to keep mothers on. Because even if you are a single mother, I know a lot of single mothers that raise a lot of successful children.
Right.
So we are dealing with a lot of mothers with mental illnesses that shouldn't be raising daughters. Unfortunately, we have bad mothers out there doing bad parenting. People are addicted to drugs. They don't even care how the kids are being raised. Some kids are raising themselves. Some of these kids smarter than the parents. Unfortunately, I met 7 and 8-year-olds that are smarter than their own parents. Parents leaving them at home 3 or 4 days at a time, and the kids taking care of themselves, each other. It's sad. You got to get together. Your children are worth more than anything in this whole life. So you should be making changes daily.
Right. It is sad.
I'm still making changes.
Right. And I see, it's got to do better, make better decisions. That's why
every
I say
day we can do better to make a change in this world.
yeah, our choices shapes the world, shapes our world around us. And I see that you are out there doing, the best that you could, going, dealing with certain obstacles and people who are trying to, stop you from doing what you're doing, but you keep pushing. And I love to strengthen you. And I do see here, you are really out here and you help save the girl. And I want to show um, a little clip of what you have said about what you have done.
Awesome.
Hi guys, it's your girl Queen. Good news, I found the young lady I was looking for on Figueroa, just where I thought I was going to be able to find her. And now it's our job to advocate for these other young ladies out here on Figueroa that definitely should not be out here. There's a lot of girls out here that just want to go home. And so my job now is to find her a way home. Until then, I'll be putting her up in the room. If you'd like to help Cash App Homeless Upper 24 or contact me for any resources for young girl between the ages of 16 and 24. So rescued 1,303. God is good. He's always working miracles. To my young girls out there, stay home because nothing's out here in the street but danger. Amen. Happy Friday.
So you're out there in the streets of LA on Figueroa, and you put yourself in some of the most dangerous spots to be able to help save a life. And that takes a lot of strength. You put yourself at risk for, humanity. And
Yeah,
I think that's such an awesome job that you're doing, Queen Unity Movement.
thank you.
Is because it's so dangerous out there. Anything can happen to you, and
Yeah.
but
It
still,
takes a lot of patience with the rescue. They just don't happen like that. I actually do have to do an investigation. I do have to ride around and make sure I'm okay as far as safety. That people know that are part of my team, like this is where I am, what I'm doing. Because people don't want to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning and go rescue. I can have people say they're going to do it, but when the time comes, they sleep. I got to move. So I have to have time where I have just quiet time. So that way I can communicate with God what it is that He wants me to facilitate next. Because it's a lot of things that I have to make decisions about. Because I can't go everywhere and help everybody. Of course, I can't. Sometimes I don't know if it may be real. Somebody trying to set me up. All these different things go through
mm,
so it's I have to evaluate the situation I'm gonna have to tackle based on the spirit is what God leads me. I wish I could save everybody that calls me or
yes,
tap everybody that needs help or
yes,
take food over here, take juice over here. I wish I could do all those things. But maybe one day the city can develop a program where we can actually go out and help people that are on the ground every day and take calls from girls really need help and trying to run from a predator. A lot of these young girls get lured. They don't know how to get themselves out of the situation. So they stuck.
right,
And they call these
right,
runaway hotlines and call 211. It's the answering machine. And they say, oh, call Queen. She'll rescue you. So a lot of time I just Uber people home. I don't even know it may be true or not. But I have to do what God tells me. They got my
yeah,
number. They're in distress. I can only just facilitate.
right. And it takes a lot, and we need the Most High to guide us, and staying in prayer, and
Hmm.
it's really a must when we're dealing with a lot of people, so staying in, because if you jump out there without any guidance from the Most High, you're not
Yeah.
protected. You're in the wrong
Right.
place. you're in a place. So
definitely.
we need to know
Um,
purpose is to
mhm,
be, and and this is my purpose, is
yeah,
to be with humanity, people who have stories, people who need to share their story, share the work, their testimonies of
mhm,
what God is doing. And it's so important, because God is love, humanity,
yeah,
so we need to love one another, although we come across certain human beings that just doesn't align with our spirit. And
yeah.
all we could do is just pray through it and stay protected. But you, Queen, I see the work that you do out there. Like, you're literally going, driving around, feeding people, giving them coffee, donuts, food, helping with the resources, getting them into places where they are safe,
And you
getting
know what? And none of those people have ever tried to hurt me.
so
Those are the nicest people. It's a gift and a gift. So when I give that person that coffee or that donut that probably wasn't ate all day,
hmm
it makes me feel like at least I know that that person feels like somebody out there, and that's giving somebody hope. So now when the next person is like, "Oh, are you that lady that have coffee?" Like, yeah.
yeah,
Like, you have any right now? Like, yeah. So people are getting familiar. So that's the whole purpose I wanted to get this vehicle so I can just open the window and give people stuff out the window.
yeah,
You know, if
and,
that's all I used to do, just give everybody stuff out the window. I don't have to get out.
yeah,
You
and I'm sure you pull up at the right time, because people are out there really struggling, home, really need a
so much.
piece of bread or something,
Yeah,
and then here comes somebody that pulls up and you feed that person, and you're in the right place at the right time.
yeah.
So
And
what are
that's
you
how I
doing?
feel about Ray Janae Morgan. Unfortunately, she lost her life July 2nd, and she was shot up in Pearland, Vermont a few years ago. I was there around the time it happened. It just so happened I got off on the wrong stop that day.
You said
I could
Regine,
have never. Ray Janae Morgan.
Regine Morgan. Okay, what
Yeah,
happened to her?
she was shot
Oh,
several times in Pearland, Vermont, and I
oh
just
my,
happened to be there that day. I broke the window out because the officer wasn't able to provide any type of assistance, and so her mother and I have developed a great friendship. We're sisters now, and then we're still
mm,
trying to solve that murder. And so we want to stop the violence also in our community because right now the police are out just trying to arrest everybody they can to get the streets cleared for the Olympics, which is
exactly.
great.
Yes, yes,
We're
and
gonna get the bad guys out the street, but we would
yeah,
like for you guys to leave the innocent people and the poor
yes.
people alone.
Right. And most of these most of the people who are homeless has been, impacted by violence, by, gun
Uh-huh.
violence, growing up in broken homes,
Yeah.
um, and some growing up in a beautiful home, a rich home. They just, encountered drugs.
Everybody got a story.
Everybody have a story, right?
There's so
And
many stories
yeah,
that people have how they have ended up homeless with. It's amazing.
it's amazing. Yes. And
Divorce, relationships, especially men.
right,
A lot of the men that I ran into, a lot of them lost their parents. Most of the men lost their mothers, their fathers, and or either their wives.
if it's a wife, yeah.
And so it's hard.
It's
You
hard.
know, men have feelings too. They need love too.
Right.
Um, right now, the city only has help for individuals, single individuals,
Right.
and sometimes they don't even have that.
Mm. And you know, that
So,
I wanted to ask you too, when they um, come to you for resources, do you have the connections for the people
oh,
who need
yes,
resources?
that's a good question. Yes, I use a portal called findhelp.org. So anytime somebody wants something, I just get on that website, type in rent assistance, low
Mm,
based income housing. Because I want people to know these buildings that are being built all over Los Angeles, those
mm,
are low based income housing, not Section 8. So not to
mhm,
be confused. They're two different entities. So those buildings you can actually go to yourself and apply. Or you can
mhm.
go to findhelp.org or some of these other portals. 211 can actually send you a list. And
Right.
then once you get into the portal, you'll be able to go to these places and fill out the application. But some people have problems renting. So you want to try to go to people concern, pathway, topics, mental health, some of these places they can get you in, give you a referral. They do all the paperwork.
Right.
So
The
we got to
mental
use
health
our mental health
assessment.
resources,
Mhm,
find your advocate in your county health department, your Cal Works department, find out where the homeless assistance, and try to use your resources. They're better than money. You can get first and last month rent from most of these agencies out here. But you can call 211. They definitely do have resources, but they don't have immediate help,
yeah. And some people give
unfortunately.
up hope. Some people give up hope with, making
A
phone
lot of
calls,
people
trying
give
to
up hope
contact and get
because they
resources
don't
because
see
they know
people out
people.
in the street. And that's
Right.
why I like to help people without a voice. And we need
Yeah.
to help more people without a voice.
Without a
They don't
voice.
have phones. They don't
Yeah.
know where to give away. They don't have
Right.
an oven to cook in. They don't have can openers to open up cans that they get from these giveaways. So we have to find the proper resources for the proper people. And the only way to do that is get vehicles and actually get out on the street and talk to the people. Find out what
Right.
type of help they need and get it for them.
Right.
That's what I do. 1,715 rescues in 10 years
Mm,
with no grant.
right.
Just imagine if I had a grant.
Right.
It probably saved my whole
Have
community.
you have you been acknowledged by your city
I've been
legislator?
acknowledged by the 65th district. That's it.
That's good.
And I
That's good.
appreciate that. I'm
That's good.
supposed to be getting grants from. I just have people that love my organization. They bring me money. They cash at me. People bring me clothes. I pick up clothes. People say, meet me at the gas station. I'm going to put gas in your mobile home. God just continues to work for me. I don't
Yes.
even have to worry. But what I
Congratulations.
do plan to do is to get my own property
Mm,
and my own facility for babies and mommies or daddies and babies, whatever.
right.
Babies need a place to go. I mean, kids need a place to go to. It
Right.
shouldn't be just a YMCA or Boys and Girls Club that's open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We got real mothers out here that work at night, that leave their kids home, or with boyfriends that don't need to be watching kids. We don't have a place of love for babies, children.
Right.
That's what I'm like to do. People just bring their kids there. I have a lot of mothers that love babies and kids there. And so that's the
Wow.
goal.
Wow.
So
Wow. Yes, Queen
that's
Unity
why I bought the
Movement.
mobile home so I can put this mobile home on a piece of land one day. It's coming
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. You do so much for your community of
Thank you.
Compton, the Compton
I'm just
Queen.
getting started.
I love Compton.
I'm
Yeah,
like the city because the city's on go right now for the
yeah,
Olympics. So I'm gonna go too.
yeah. And I know what it is. I know what it's like out there in the streets of Compton, LA, and Watts. Because I was born and raised I'm in South Central, from South
Yeah,
Central LA. Yeah, so I know exactly what it
yeah,
is.
it's a lot going on.
I've seen the prostitutions, the homelessness, but the homelessness crisis is just, oh my God. I mean, it's so way worse than it was back in the
It's ever
1980s.
been.
And yeah, like it is just, it
Every
got so
day, it's like,
horrible.
where did this person come from?
Yeah, it's like where we really do need, advocates out there to help, our community and help our people.
And a lot of
And
these people are coming from homes that group homes that people are getting money for these people, and they get on medication and they wander off and they just never look for 'em. These
right.
people are people's families.
Well, they don't really
Some people
care
are
about us.
just lost.
They like to in the what would you call it in the what would you call it in the medical industry,
Mm-hmm.
pharmaceutical, the pharmaceutical
Okay.
industry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all about money.
Yeah.
They are so quick to take people and just to throw them on medication and send them right back out there. And
And just
I
give
don't
them money for them and
myself,
then
I
just
don't think
keep
that's a
the
good
process
solution. That's
going.
not the first. Yeah, that is the first solution to do, like just to throw someone on medication and throw them right back out there. It works for every individual, to each his own, but a lot of this in our system of crisis, in the health crisis,
Prices, especially the
yeah,
foster care,
it's about
especially the
money.
foster care.
Yeah,
You got foster care systems that have group homes. These girls have gotten together with people that facilitate the homes to prostitute. It's crazy.
yeah.
But that's what's exactly what's going on.
Right, right. And that's why I
So it's a
say what
vicious
you
cycle.
do, right? That's why I say what you do, you put yourself in some of the most unpredictable, most dangerous zones to get out there to help bring these
Yeah.
kids, young women off the street into safety, to shelter, into just, somewhere where they can be warm and loved and fed.
Yeah.
And I tip my hat to you because that is a lot of work. That is a lot of work
Yeah. Yeah.
to do. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it all pays off. If you can help
Yeah.
one for the day, then you've done your job.
Yeah. Reach one too.
And that's what it's all about. And thank you so much, Queen Unity Movement. We're going to get ready to end our podcast. And I am so grateful to have you here to share your story.
Thank you
And
so
I
much.
always say, to you, your story may be ordinary, but to others, your story is extraordinary. And your story has been
Amen.
extraordinary to me. I have been watching you really literally out there in them streets, helping people. Like,
Yeah, I
tell
tell
me,
people I'm
I'm
a
like,
freedom fighter for real. I fight.
you're a freedom fighter. Yes,
Like,
you
oh my
are.
God, some days you
Yeah,
may catch me on a good day, but God has
yeah,
just protected me, and I rebuke the devil, but sometimes I may not. That's when little DD gonna come.
right. And I'm gonna have to get out there with you one day so I can
Definitely.
live stream with you while you actually there doing
Yes.
your work. I would love to do that. And yeah,
Anytime.
because yeah. And thank you so much, Queen Unity, and
Thank
everyone. Please,
you.
thank you for being here with us to hear Queen Unity
Okay.
Movement story. And if anyone would like to donate, we have the holidays coming in. She's going to be out there working in the streets of Compton, making
Long
sure
Beach,
people
Compton,
are
Gardena, either
being
one. Yeah.
fed. Yes,
Like that. Public Shelter is 24.
yes. And here is her information right here. Her Cash App is $ homeless helper 24. And
But Kobe, baby, 24.
yeah, 24. And you can donate to her organization. And please, if you hear on my platform, you know, whoever I have here, you donate to are legit people. So, and are out there actually physically doing the work for humanity. And that is what it is all about, humanity, helping people out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Queen Unity.
Thank you. Good night.
Goodbye. Have a good one.
You too.
You too.
God bless.
Bye, everybody.